Our first step tonight takes us to the White House and Ed O'Keefe, where the Jeffrey Epstein story and its many zigs and zags zagged yet again. Ed, you talked to the president about this today. Walk us through it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Ed.
The exchange did come up again today, or the issue here with Jeffrey Epstein did, because, of course, this morning it was the Justice Department that announced it wants to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell about what she knows. Of course, she's been convicted of various crimes for her relations and her work with Jeffrey Epstein. So why it is exactly the Justice Department wants to do that again? Well, it's because they want to search every avenue for answers. And so we asked the president whether he approves of this decision or what he makes of it. Here's what he had to say while he was meeting with the president of the Philippines. Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking a new interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, and did you urge the Attorney General to seek one?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
They're going to. Your Deputy Attorney General is reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Do you have any concern that your Deputy Attorney General, who's your former attorney, would be conducting the interview, given
no
past
concern.
relationship?
He's a very talented person. He's very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt.
So, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the president's former personal attorney who represented him in the so-called hush money case in New York last year, wants to meet with Ghislaine because no lead is off limits. The president there claiming he knew nothing about this, and then suggested that reporters should be looking instead into the work of the Director of National Intelligence and the names that she referred for possible prosecution to the Justice Department last week, who worked in the Obama administration and looked into potential Russian interference. To say it was one of those days, Major, is to say it was indeed one of those days.
And also, there was Department of Justice releases of files related to Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination and Hillary Clinton. What do we deduce from them?
All I continue to draw from all of this is this continues to be a story and a focus of Washington because Republicans who control Washington are making it one. Congress was shut down today, a day early, and is beginning its recess faster than expected because Republicans cannot sort out what they want to do about Jeffrey Epstein. The president has continued to engage in this. The Justice Department is now actively trying to look into a case that appeared to be settled when Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted and sentenced nearly 4 years ago. But they're continuing to talk about it. And the release of those MLK files, ironically, led the King family to even say, okay, now that you've released this, go release all the Epstein files, since that's what it appears most Americans actually would prefer to see you release. And so this just continues to dominate and to be the obsession of many in this town. And with Congress now leaving for 6 weeks, this has the potential to linger now through the rest of the summer into the fall, with Republicans and Democrats eager to debate it and vote on it in the House, and the Justice Department continuing to try to pursue Maxwell, get grand jury testimony released, and all of it subject to the length of time it can take for these kinds of things to work through the federal court system.
Starting us off tonight on the North Lawn, Ed O'Keefe, thank you very, very much. CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns, and to my right and to my left, former pardon attorney at the Department of Justice, Liz Oyer, with me now. Caitlin, I want to start with you. Ed O'Keefe referred to this. Congress is leaving. This was a matter before the House of Representatives, at least nominally today, and the Speaker of the House made a big decision.
He did. He said they are not going to have a vote on Epstein, on releasing the documents,
on any matter related
to it until after recess. Just a point of note, Congress doesn't come back until September 2nd, so several weeks from now. And what happened here, I think, really paints the picture of a Republican Party divided on this, and then Democrats trying to exploit that division. And that is what happened today. Not to get into congressional parlance, but basically the Rules Committee in the House decides what gets to the floor. It's kind of the last step of bills that can get to the floor. The beginning of the week, the House says, these are the bills we want to vote on. They have to go through the Rules Committee. Democrats on the Rules Committee say, not until we get a vote on Epstein. Republicans don't even want to have that vote in the Rules Committee, so Johnson shuts it down. Basically, what Johnson has been trying to do is kind of keep pushing this off the table. He's been saying today, look, the president says he's going to take care of it. We're going to let him do that. The issue is that meanwhile, over on the House Oversight Committee, they have voted to subpoena Maxwell for her testimony. So you have House leadership saying, let the president deal with it. The president saying, why are you guys even talking about this? Meanwhile, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee say, hey, we want to hear from her. And there is another issue here, which is Thomas Massie, Republican from Kentucky, traditional thorn in the side of Republicans, but a Republican himself. He has gotten a group together. They want a discharge petition to get a vote to the floor to have some teeth on this as well. That could come in September.
Ghislaine Huey-Burns, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Liz, let's talk about this decision. Kind of caught a lot of Washington by surprise this morning. Deputy Attorney General, as Ed O'Keefe pointed out, President Trump's former personal attorney, going to be the one to try to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. How does that strike you?
Well, this is a bizarre story on multiple levels from a legal perspective. From a legal perspective, this really reeks of desperation. It seems like the administration is becoming desperate to find a solution, and so they are digging in a direction that I don't think is likely to be productive. Jeffrey Epstein has been under criminal investigation for about 20 years now, since the mid-2000s. The FBI has collected a huge amount of evidence about him, undoubtedly. So the idea that they are now looking to this new witness, to his co-conspirator, Miss Maxwell, to provide evidence is very bizarre. I question why they're not releasing the documents that they already have. But another aspect of this that's troubling and should be very troubling to the victims is Miss Maxwell is someone who committed very serious crimes. She was convicted of multiple felony counts involving sex trafficking of minor children. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and she's not going to be talking with Todd Blanche for free, for nothing. If she talks to Todd Blanche,
she's going to have an angle. She's going to want to trade something, some aspect of her potential freedom.
Absolutely. She will be looking for a cooperation deal to help her get out from under that 20-year prison sentence. This is an administration that loves to solve problems with a quid pro quo, and I think that what they're lining up here is the possibility of a quid pro quo with Maxwell, where she provides some information that satisfies the political base in exchange for a deal for herself. And I think it's important to note that it's now Todd Blanche who's out in front of this issue. It's essentially bringing in a relief pitcher for Pam Bondi.
Try to be a heat shield for the Attorney General.
Exactly. It suggests that either the president or the MAGA base or both has lost confidence in Pam Bondi's ability to resolve this issue satisfactorily. So they've brought in a relief pitcher in the form of her deputy, Todd Blanche, who, as you noted, previously served as Trump's personal attorney, which gives us a very strong indication of where his loyalties on this matter lie.
What about what Caitlin brought up, this interest on the Oversight Committee to have congressional testimony from Ghislaine Maxwell? What could that possibly produce?
Well, it would be very unusual for her to testify in any manner. Undoubtedly, she had the opportunity to give any information she had at the time that she was charged with these crimes. Typically, in the criminal context, someone in her position would cut a deal at the front end if they had information to provide. So if she does testify, either it's likely that she will not have much to say, or what she says will be really subject to serious credibility challenges because of her own personal interests in getting out from under this 20-year prison sentence.
Stating it all very clearly and helpfully, Liz Oyer, thank you so much. And Caitlin Huey-Burns, we appreciate it very much.